Done deal. With the simple stroke of a pen, a new path has been set for embattled South Carolina State University.
We're very, very reluctant, actually, to give up the time that it takes to receive medical care.
Your tax dollars are paying for billions in illegal health care every year, and no one is doing anything about it. We follow the money. Watch Fox News at 10 starts right now.
Real-time closed captioning of Watch Fox News is provided by a grant from the state of South Carolina.
Live from the Watch Fox studios, this is Watch Fox News at 10. Your late news 1 hour earlier starts right now.
Well, things looking clear, but clouds definitely moved in across the Midlands today, and not such a good sign as we head into Mother's Day weekend. Good evening to you folks. I'm Janet Parker.
Yeah, if you had some outdoor plans for Mother's Day, you may have to call an audible on this one because Mother Nature may not be looking nicely on all of our moms this week. And Henry Rothenberg, talk to us because you are tracking a system off the coast. What do you have?
Yeah, we are, guys. And this system right on the fringe of potentially becoming a named storm system. We're looking at Skywatch Doppler radar right now, and you can see that as far as what we have rain-wise, that is quieted down for now. But we expand the view out, and there's quite a bit of activity along the coast. We have seen most of the activity that was over the state pushing to the south, but we are far from done with this because it's going to hang around for a good chunk of the weekend and into early next week. Notice as we take you into tomorrow morning, Future Watch still keeping the best chances for rain along the coast. I don't think it's doing a good enough job, though, bringing some of these clouds inland, so do expect a mostly cloudy start and even the potential of a few light showers. Hurricane reconnaissance plane, the hurricane hunters, they were out investigating this earlier. In fact, this is live tracking as they now are en route back to Biloxi, the plane that did investigate this. Still not finding wind speeds to categorize this as a tropical storm, but we'll continue to monitor it. 60s and 70s out there right now, and through the night, temperatures will eventually bottom out in the mid-60s under what should be a mostly cloudy sky for a majority of the Midlands. Now, we'll talk about what you can expect for Mother's Day weekend in more detail coming up later on.
New at 10 tonight, authorities in Newberry County still trying to find two teens who disappeared more than a week ago.
Yeah, the last time anyone saw them was April 30th. The young people there are looking for 15-year-old Jonathan Dennis and 16-year-old Alicia Skipper. Now, investigators say they left the area voluntarily, but they think that they could be in danger.
Well, tonight, the community hosted a prayer vigil for those teens. In the last couple of hours, our Leah Holloway was there and joins us in the studio now with more. Leah?
Brian, Janet, hearts are very heavy tonight as the search continues for Alicia Skipper and Jonathan Dennis. Newberry officials have received several tips, but none have led them to the teens. The community gathered in downtown Newberry for a prayer vigil at the Newberry Community Hall. Gave friends and family the chance to come out and pray for the runaways' safety. Most people wearing green, which represents runaway children. People also releasing green balloons to send out positive thoughts to wherever the two teens are. Law enforcement believes the two teens could be in danger, and that is imperative to get the two home to their families.
Come home or just text us and let us know you're okay, because the sleepless nights of not knowing if you have food or clothing is just unbearable.
I just want them to come home. I want them to know that our arms are wide open. No matter what choices they've made to this point, our arms are wide open to them, and we are praying for them diligently.
But we're working with all different law enforcement agencies to get the word out, and hopefully somebody will see something and come forward.
Still hopeful to find the two teens as law enforcement continues to actively search. A description of Alicia and Jonathan can be found on our website at WACH.com. If anyone has any information on the two teens, you're asked to call the Newberry County Sheriff's Office or the Newberry Police Department. Reporting live in the studio, Leah Holloway, Watch Fox News.
Now, the teens were driving a white 2006 Hummer H3 the last time anyone saw them. South Carolina tagged with a Tennessee Volunteers logo on it. For another look at their pictures and for more information, just go to the website, WACH.com. Also making headlines tonight, the future of South Carolina State is now clear. A new board will officially be in place in the next week.
Now, early this evening, Governor Nikki Haley signed a law that removes the current board and replaces it with a temporary fix-it board. That simple move represents months of work by state lawmakers to get the financially troubled school out of millions of dollars of debt. The new members need to be appointed by next Thursday.
And the governor has already made her choice for her selection. She has chosen Milton Irvin, a longtime bank executive, current board chair of the advisory board of Castle Oak Securities. He also sits on the president's board of advisors on historically black colleges and universities.
Now, our Tara Pettit has been following this story for months. Tonight, she shows you why state leaders are calling today's developments a victory.
Lawmakers delivering a round of applause Thursday morning. After months of debate, an agreement is now in place to rebuild the power structure at South Carolina State.
South Carolina State can turn the page and move forward toward righting the ship and getting about the business of educating young people in this state.
The measure to oust the current board of trustees at SC State and replace them with a temporary fix-it board was originally started and pushed by the House and ended in the same place Thursday. It all started when lawmakers threatened to shut down the school until it could get its finances in order. SC State is projected to be $24 million in debt by the end of June.
At the end, the House got virtually everything that it wanted.
The only compromises coming from the House were putting in a temporary 7-member board instead of 5 members, as well as swapping out the Comptroller General for the Superintendent of Education as one of the 7 individuals to appoint the new board.
The biggest struggle, quite frankly, has been lies and misinformation spread by those who want to maintain the status quo.
After Thursday's unanimous vote, Democrat Gilda Cobb-Hunter said it was her first time as a lawmaker where she's seen the legislature deal with the problem that have been plaguing SC State for decades. However, she says it's unfair to the newer members of the school's current board that have been characterized as being part of the problem.
For some of them, it was very well deserved, but for at least 3 or 4 of them, it was really very unfair that they got caught up in all of this foolishness.
Now, that was our Tara Pettit reporting. We have been following the SC State developments for months now. We have a special section about all of this on our website. Just check out the Future of SC State tab at WACH.com.
Well, state senators approving the state's $7 billion budget tonight. After a 2-hour recess, they came back with a 42-3 vote. Now, the deal includes $800 bonuses for state workers. $4 million would be sent to counties for 2014 ice storm damage. All of the remaining money will go to counties for state roads. Now, exactly how much extra money will go into the budget depends on what the Board of Economic Advisors finds when it meets on May 21st. Now, before tonight's continued budget debate, a group of Senate Republicans introduced a 4th plan to pay for road and bridge upgrades. Lawmakers say the plan would raise roughly $800 million a year. The new plan also includes changes in how appointments are made to the Department of Transportation. That's something Governor Nikki Haley and some lawmakers say needs to happen to make sure any new money for roads is spent appropriately.
And there has been another officer-involved shooting in the Low Country. It happened today during a home invasion, and the victim here is actually the homeowner. Authorities say a deputy shot the man in the neck. Now, they were looking for 2 suspects who busted into this home. Now, one of them has been arrested. Officials say the 2 people went into that house while the homeowner was in a laundry room there. A neighbor then called 911, and when authorities got there, the homeowner picked up a gun and started shooting at the intruders. They got away on bicycles. Now, deputies say they ordered the homeowner to drop his gun, but he did not do that, so they shot at him. SLED is investigating this. It is the 17th officer-involved shooting in South Carolina this year. And in Orangeburg County, a teen is in some serious trouble tonight. Authorities there say he made multiple threats against Lake Marion High School. 17-year-old Terrell Whaley was in court this afternoon for a bond hearing. He's charged with making bomb threats and conveying false information about bomb threats. Now, sheriff's investigators say Whaley has made 5 threats since last month. During one of those calls, deputies say Whaley told the person on the line that he hated Lake Marion High School and was going to blow it up. He could face up to 10 years in prison.
They need to know that this is something that we take seriously. And we, with the manpower that we have to put out there doing the actual bomb threat, we're going to put double the manpower out there to catch whoever's doing it. And right now we have the technology to run them down. So we're going to get you.
Now, a judge set Whaley's bond at $20,000 today. Authorities say more arrests are very likely in this case.
Also on Fox tonight, South Carolina getting quite the surprise from Stephen Colbert. The Carolina native and national comedian says he will help fund every classroom project in South Carolina. Now, that's close to 1,000 projects at more than 375 schools. He's partnering with Share Fair Nation and ScanSource to make it all happen. The total dollar amount donated is $800,000. Congressman James and Clyburn, along with Mayor Steve Benjamin and other community leaders, speaking to young men at Columbia's C.A. Johnson High School Thursday. Clyburn gave each of the 50 students in attendance a copy of his memoirs while encouraging them to never give up as they continue their journey to adulthood.
The fact of the matter is, these are not the ones you read about in the morning papers or hear on television. These are young people following the rules, doing what's necessary to be successful.
Well, after Clyburn spoke to those students, they broke into small groups led by the community leaders who were also in attendance.
And at the State House today, people took a moment to reflect on this National Day of Prayer. The day was first established back in 1952 by a joint resolution of Congress. Now, it was signed into law by President Harry S. Truman. This annual observance happens on the first Thursday of each May and invites people of all faiths to pray for the nation.
This is a day that the country comes together, the evangelical Christians and sometimes the non-Christians alike will come together and pray for our nation and pray that God's protection would continue to remain over this nation and that we would once again become a godly nation.
Well, very calming atmosphere.
Yeah.
It looks outside of the State House on the steps there.
Day.
Sure was, and the rain held off. Well, still to come tonight, how about expanding the menu? If you shop at Whole Foods, you're about to get a few more options, and they just might be a little easier on your wallet.
Plus, it's a government program, and it's costing you big time, but it's not even designed for you. So where exactly are your dollars going? Find out next in tonight's Health Watch.
Oh, coming up Friday on Good Day Columbia, Friendy's leaving me.
Well, I am, but that's because I'll be in your town. We'll be broadcasting live from Batesburg, Leesville.
I'll be here with all your headlines.
And we'll be talking fun facts, politics, and the Poultry Festival.
You can't say Batesburg, Leesville without saying Sheely's Barbecue, so that is where we're going to be on a Food Friday.
Toyota time at Dick Dyer Toyota. So you'll save thousands on any one of 400 new Toyotas. 20 minutes from anywhere. Dick Dyer Toyota, #1 for a reason.
This weekend at American Freight, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Get a twin and a full and a queen. Get a queen and a king, 2 kings, 2 queens, 2 mattress sets, any size, only $298 complete. Famous names like Simmons, Stewart, and Hamilton. Free layaway, same-day delivery. This weekend only at American Freight, 1424 Atlas Road between Garner's Ferry and Shop Road. Phone 776-4448.
Join me every Food Friday as we go out and explore local restaurants and awesome eateries. We'll be talking to the chefs, finding out their favorite dishes, and maybe even their own secret recipes.
Food Fridays, brought to you by U.S. Foods Chef Store. For great foods and wholesale prices, visit today.
Ford is taking the EcoBoost Challenge all across America. Now it's your turn.
Here we go. To know that the F-150 has the EcoBoost, I'm saving fuel, but I'm not losing any of the power.
The 2014 F-150s are going fast. Don't miss your last chance to get a great deal.
Ford is towing it so easily. I love the Ford. I'd like to drive it all the way home.
Now get 0 for 60 on an F-150 or up to $8,250 in total savings. Check out F-150 at the EcoBoost Challenge in Raleigh. Go to EcoBoostDrive.com for more details.
Hey, I'm Corey Miller, the pastor of Payne, alongside the captain, Kerry Rich. We're going to roll right into overtime in spring, starting with some high school baseball.
Pastor, don't forget, we'll be talking about many other local sports topics.
That's right, right here locally every Thursday night at 11. That's overtime, right here on Watch Fox 57.
I still have to apply Vapo Rub to your chest.
You want to rub something on my chest?
Next, Big Bang. The Big Bang Theory, Friday at 7. The Honda dealers of the Carolinas. Find the Honda dealer nearest you at CarolinaHondaDealers.com.
On the Health Watch, you are paying billions of dollars for illegal immigrants to get health care, people who are allowed to walk out of the hospital and back to their lives in the shadows, and it is all perfectly legal.
Michael Buchsner at our sister station, WPEC, spent 3 months tracking your tax dollars at the federal program he learned about in Florida, and it's happening coast to coast.
Room 305.
This is the emergency room entrance to one of South Florida's busiest hospitals. What rolls and walks through these doors at Bethesda Hospital East is shocking and costly to the hospital and taxpayers.
We have to provide emergency care for everyone, regardless of payer source.
For more than 3 months, CBS 12 has been investigating a pricey and little-known government subsidy. It's called the Emergency Medicaid for Aliens program. While most Americans struggle to afford the rising costs of health insurance, records obtained from the Agency for Healthcare Administration show taxpayers shelled out more than $500 million in the last 3 years to fund this little-known program.
You need it. Talking as a human, you need that service.
In 1984, Mara Martinez crossed into America illegally from Guatemala and relied on taxpayers for her medical care.
It was an opportunity to get a better life for my family.
She gave birth to her first child a year later. Now 3 decades after arriving, she's an American citizen and an advocate at the Guatemalan Maya Center.
What do you say to the taxpayers who are paying for this?
Well, what did I say? I would say thank you.
Father Frank O'Laughlin is the executive director of the center. He says the illegals receiving the free health care are paying sales tax with every purchase and are less likely to use the health care than you and I.
Because they are living day to day, hand to mouth, and so on, they're very, very reluctant, actually, to give up the time that it takes to receive medical care.
Hospitals like Bethesda are barred from turning away anyone for emergency treatment, and that leaves big bills for taxpayers in its wake.
Well, we do 3,000 births a year. Babies are born. 80% of those babies are Medicaid. They're born under Medicaid, and about 1/3 of them are illegal.
What does that do to the hospital's bottom line?
It's a strain.
And a strain on the state budget, too. The governor says he can't do much since it's not a state-run program.
So the federal government, it's very frustrating to work with because they make it difficult for us to run these programs the way we'd like to.
So what do those lawmakers in Washington say? Congresswoman Lois Frankel of West Palm Beach says the fix is immigration reform. That would put more legal citizens on the Obamacare rolls.
We have to have a process where they can come out in the open and buy their own insurance. There's really no realistic way to send 11 million people back to other countries.
So until the political battles end and a fix is found, the hospital doors and taxpayers' wallet will continue to be open for a little-known subsidy with a big price tag.
Of course, what's happening there is no different anywhere else. Hospitals cannot turn people away.
Right.
If you are there for medical care, you must be given
You will be
medical
seen.
care. So, interesting story.
Well, stay with us. There's much more ahead tonight, including the power of social media. Terrorists using everything from Twitter to Facebook to recruit. But what's being done to stop them?
And it is called the pink tax. And if you're a woman, it might mean you're paying a little bit more for things than the men do. We'll explain coming up later.
A live look at the State House. You can see the flags on top of the dome there, blowing with the winds picking up. This is all courtesy of a tropical disturbance out in the Atlantic. How will it impact Mother's Day weekend? I'll let you know when Watch Fox News at 10 returns.
Live pest-free year-round for less than $1 a day with the Home Shield Pest Prevention Program from Home Pest Control. Our system eliminates pests before they get inside, is easier on the environment and your schedule. Protect what matters for less than $1 a day.
It's back, the 4th annual Jim Hudson 2000. We're out to sell 2,000 vehicles in 60 days and donate 1 million meals to Harvest Hope Food Bank. Race into any one of our 5 Jim Hudson locations during the Jim Hudson 2000, our biggest sale of the year. Save up to $12,000 off on over 1,500 vehicles. Plus, a portion of every sale goes to Harvest Hope Food Bank.
Come help us celebrate our 35th anniversary.
And our 35th anniversary.
And help us reach 1 million meals for Harvest Hope Food Bank.
H.H. Gregg saves you more. Save up to an extra $400 now on major appliances.
Gregg's got it.
Plus, next day delivery. Top brands, low prices, fast delivery.
Gregg's got it.
SMR indicator to helium.
And there they are, 57 million miles from Earth.
How does it look? Here I go. Roger.
Now he's exited the module, and we are one step from Mars.
1201.
Never miss a moment. Uverse has more live TV channels on the go than cable.
At Bojangles, we believe that everyone should get a chance to start their day with breakfast. And that's why we serve breakfast all day, every day. Head to Bojangles for 2 country ham biscuits for just $3.50. Bojangles, it's bow time.
Did I miss out?
No, our sales event is still going on.
I called in sick.
I get it. You don't want to miss the great deals.
Luckily, my boss is out sick, too. Mitchell? Sir, I thought you...
What goes on at the sales event stays at the sales event.
Let's look at some cars. Let's do it.
Right now at the Toyota Time Sales Event, get a low 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2015 Toyota Corolla. That's just 0% APR.
Well, I got a great deal.
Thanks, Jan.
Feel better now?
Toyota, let's go places.
Your family and your home are your world. Protect it for less than $1 a day with the Home Shield Pest Prevention Program from Home Pest Control. Our system focuses on keeping pests out of your home, not just spraying the obvious once they're in. Protect what matters. Call home.
Live from the Palmetto State Armory Skywatch Weather Center is Henry Rothenberg with your weather forecast.
Sunshine to start, but as expected, those clouds filtered in as we take a look at Skywatch Doppler radar. We do have some showers along the coast, just off of the coast. And as far as rain potential here at home, chances incredibly minimal during the overnight hours. Not expecting to see a lot of these rain bands wrapping into the Midlands of the Palmetto State. But it will be a different story as we head through the next couple of days. This area of low pressure, it's right on the fringe of becoming our first named storm of the season, even though the season doesn't officially begin till June 1st for this year. But as far as this storm system goes, you can see that counterclockwise rotation, this area of low pressure. We are expecting rainfall and rip currents along the coast and a few showers here at home at times. The hurricane hunters were out investigating this storm earlier. This is the path they took that we have outlined in red. What they do is they literally look for a center of circulation in this storm. They look for the measurements. They drop things called dropsondes that can give them these measurements and let them know the strength, the speed that this storm has. It's just not reaching hurricane status yet. Looks like they're now en route back to Biloxi, Mississippi, where they are based, but likely another flight will go out to investigate this storm within the next 12 to probably 15 hours. We'll see another flight going up. As far as the stats with Invest 90L, not Ana yet, but Invest 90L. It has winds now of 45 miles per hour. The pressure, that's something that can help indicate the strength of a storm. Not very impressive right now. We'll likely see it holding around that 1,000, what we call millibar mark. And the movement, not a whole lot of movement. And as we take a look at, as you would call it, the spaghetti models, we'll take you through the weekend, all agreeing that it's hanging out along the South Carolina coast, and it's even going to eventually slowly work its way over parts of the Carolinas and into North Carolina. Bottom line, rainfall along the coast, looking from about Myrtle Beach down to just north of Charleston. The best chances to see some significant rainfall. Can't rule out some showers in Hilton Head, but rip current also a concern for all of our beaches. Future Watch tomorrow. Same story, different day. Saturday, same story, different day. This low will eventually try and work inland, but not a lot of movement with that high pressure to our north. The reason we won't see significant rain chances, really higher than 40%, is because we have dry air that's punching in from the north. Now, Sunday, it's trying to bring more of a rain threat our way, as well as this frontal boundary that's going to approach from the west, but we're still not going to increase the rain chances too much yet. Temperatures right now in the 60s after we made it into the 70s for most locations today. Tonight, we should hold in the 60s with a mostly cloudy sky expected. And for the most part here at home tomorrow, temperatures will hold around 80. Will be mostly cloudy in the Midlands with higher chances for that precipitation for those of you that may be heading to the beach. Now, as we roll into the holiday weekend, 80 for both Friday, Saturday, 83 on Mother's Day, and then we've got 85 come Monday, Tuesday, finally around 90, and then we're drying out by the middle of the week. So, again, not a storm that I'm too concerned with as far as major tropical storm, major hurricane, anything like that, but one, it's a good reminder, make sure you're ready as hurricane season's right on the doorstep. And two, if you are heading to the beach, I believe it was Myrtle Beach today actually ended up doing the red flag warnings, asking people not to go into the water because of the rip currents. So just be careful out there and listen to the lifeguards. Look at the advisories.
That's why they're there.
Exactly.
They know what
And
they're
remember,
talking about.
if you think you can do it, you're then putting them at risk too.
Yeah, you are.
Because they're the ones that have to come out to get you if that rip current
something happens.
becomes too strong. Yeah. So you're then putting them at danger.
Yeah, rough seas are nothing to trifle with. So
no.
Listen to the lifeguards.
Stay indoors.
Good advice from Henry Rothenberg. See?
Every now and then.
Every now and then, he gives you a little nugget to use.
All right, well, we're going to get some words of advice from Corey Miller coming up next, too.
Watch Fox News at 10 is brought to you in part by the Anastapulo Law Firm. Don't scream, call Akeem.
We're building a better world at Time Warner Cable.
You must be Steven. What are we watching?
We're gonna go do homework.
A world where everyone can watch what they want, where they want.
Oh, hey, Steve, right?
With 9 platforms and counting.
He's a keeper.
Only Time Warner Cable gives you more content on more devices. So there's always somewhere to watch what you love. Whatever you're passionate about, Time Warner Cable invents better ways to love it even more. With an offer like this, there's never been a better time to switch. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Be on the lookout for Auto Matters, a weekly series on the local news with tips and tricks designed to keep your car on the road longer and running better every day.
Brought to you by Sadeth Automotive Service. We take the worry out of your car care.
Just in time for Memorial Day, interest rates are going down, way down, all the way down to zero at Rooms to Go. And that's big news, because zero interest means you can finance and pay no interest, not 1 penny of interest until June 2020, 60 months from now. Again, that's June 2020, with no interest adding up. Just make equal monthly payments until June 2020. Yes, Rooms to Go has it down. Interest rates down to zero. Don't miss it.
Nobody knows electrical safety better than the experts who practice it every single day. That's why your Touchstone Energy Cooperative is always there to teach your family how to stay on the safe side, no matter what comes their way. Helping members use electricity safely. That's the power of your co-op membership. Learn more at togetherwesave.com.
Hey, Ray, I think we finally got a place for that old unit. Dust her off and let's go.
You get the point. Work with someone that is more interested in your needs. At North Point Heating and Air, we won't sell you a unit that isn't right for your home or business. We carry all the major brands and can customize a solution that will meet your comfort needs and will fit within your budget.
We've been here for over 20 years and we'll be here when you need us. That's the point.
Think North Point Heating and Air.
It's Toyota time at Dick Dyer Toyota. Plus, we're the only dealer offering 120% over good value for any trade. 20 minutes from anywhere, Dick Dyer Toyota. #1 for a reason.
Palmetto State Armory, American VIP, and Watch Fox 57 are teaming up to send you to the Coca-Cola 600 in style. All you have to do to enter is text Coke 600 to 91217 for your chance to win. The winner receives 2 tickets to the race and limo transportation to and from Charlotte. Enter to win today.
Wake up tomorrow morning with the Midland's only 4-hour local morning show. Good day, Columbus.
Live from the Watch Fox studio, here is Corey Miller with your sports update.
Chad Holbrook and the South Carolina Gamecocks are getting ready to take the bird up to Texas A&M. Of course, they got the win last night over upstate team in Wofford the Terriers. Of course, Wofford put 17 on Clemson and upsetting the Tigers. But the Gamecocks were going to win that ball game last night. Now they headed to Texas A&M to play a top 5 team. But it's been 4 decades since an NCAA baseball tournament did not feature South Carolina or Clemson. Of course, South Carolina right now are in their RPI ranking stands at 74. Clemson 25 and 24 in the year. They stand at 66. So these teams will need to make a strong push toward the end of the season, and going to have to win some games if they make it to their prospective tournament. So South Carolina, tough road to go because Texas A&M, they got to come back, finish up their SEC series against LSU, the #1 team in the country. So for the Gamecocks and the Tigers, postseason will be fairly difficult. The Gamecock softball team, the ladies are down in Baton Rouge, and of course, they took care of Texas A&M and had to take on a tough Florida Gator team who was ranked #2 in the country. They lose to the Gators 10-1. Taylor Williams hit her 7th home run of the season. The Gamecocks didn't strike out at the plate for the 2nd time all this season. Of course, the tournament selection show will be Sunday at 10. They have in a private setting, and Amberlynn Pennycuff will have a report on that on tomorrow. So we'll keep you up to speed on the South Carolina women's softball team. What about A-Rod? I'm a Yankees fan. Booyah! Yeah, he goes yard. He passes Willie Mays, and he's all by himself. My man A-Rod, say what you want. 661 career home runs for A-Rod, and he has been doing his thing. So he passes Willie Mays, and congratulations, my man A-Rod. He is one of my favorite players in the league. Of course, being a Giant, it's kind of the Giants and Yankees, Mets, Jets kind of thing. So I stay in the building with those guys. I pull for the guys in the pinstripes. So I'm happy for A-Rod. Deflategate is at it again. How about the New England Patriots? Spygate, now Deflategate. Tom Brady, of course, they saying after these reports that he had an awareness of the deflated football, and we're waiting to see what kind of punishment that he's going to have. Brian McConkey just told me that CBS reported that he might be a year suspension. I'm not believing that, B-Mac. I think maybe a little fine, maybe a draft pick. But Tom spoke to the media tonight about the findings on this report.
Well, I think, you know, my nature and my character is one. I think as a human, you care what people think. I certainly care what the people that are close to me think and what they care about. I think also as a public figure, you learn that there's not everyone's going to like you either. So good, bad, and different. There's a lot of people that don't like Tom Brady, and I'm okay with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in honoring past Players Champion Calvin Peete, a true pioneer in the game of golf who passed away last week at the age of 71.
There's Tiger Woods, a moment of silence for Calvin Peete, but Tiger Woods struggled on today. You can see right there, that golf shot went wayward, and yes, into the drink. Tiger would go on and make a double bogey on that hole. Of course, he broke up this week with Lindsey Vonn, so maybe that has something to do with it, but he will battle. He's battle tested with a nice putt right there. Yes, wave to the crowd. Tiger, of course, had some bad shots, but he had some good short game. He was on 17 right here. I love this hole, one of the favorite holes on the tour right there. Spins back, and yes, the grass holds it up for Tiger Woods right there. He has a chip right off the edge of the water. Thank God he didn't fall in. I've seen that happen before. You can see right here, nice little chip into the hole right there on 17. So Tiger Woods continued to do his thing. And here on 18, guess what, folks? Yep, that is going to be in the big drink. That goes in the water there on 18. Tiger Woods will battle all day long, and he's +1 on the tournament. Hideki Matsuyama is in the lead at 500 along with some others. So we'll keep you up to date. Dustin Johnson, the Columbia native, is at even par. Jim Furyk, -2. And so I'll be headed there this weekend. So we'll have some stuff for you on next week from the Players Championship. Last night, one of my favorite sports post-game shows, TNT, the NBA on TNT. I don't know about you guys, but Shaq and Charles and Kenny and Ernie are funny. And last night when I got home, I witnessed this. Shaqtin' a fool, as they like to call it, and it was pretty foolish. Take a look.
Get him, Kenny. Oh! You set me up, Ernie. Hey. What do you mean, man? Last week, talking about... Look at this. Oh, my gosh. Oh. What are you doing?
And down goes Shaq. That was not acting. That happened for real, so that was pretty funny. I tweeted that out, so take a look at that. Coming up later on in sports, we'll continue our spring tour 2015 of our high school football. And we're going to take a look at Brooklyn, Casey, and Airport. Two teams that they like to go at it. Some good stuff coming up later on in sports. Stay tuned. Watch Fox News at 10. We'll come right back.